These aren't trucks, they're rolling mansions. Inside these sleeper cabs are full bedrooms, kitchens, showers, gaming setups, and more space than some apartments. Built for drivers who live on the road for months, these monsters turned highway rigs into luxury homes on wheels. Some are longer than buses. Some cost more than a supercar. All of them look unreal. From double-story sleepers to custom-built road palaces, you're about to see 10 of the largest and wildest sleeper cabs ever built, where trucking meets extreme luxury. Number 1. Volvo FH Globetrotter XL. When Volvo introduced the FH Globetrotter XL, it wasn't just another upgrade. It was a complete rethinking of what a sleeper cab should be. In Europe, where truck dimensions are tightly regulated and every centimeter matters, creating a genuinely livable interior is an engineering challenge. Volvo solved this by building one of the tallest production truck cabs ever offered, with an interior height of around 220 centimeters at its highest point. For the first time in a mass-produced European truck, tall drivers could stand upright, walk around, and change clothes without bending or crouching. The Globetrotter XL is built on Volvo's FH platform, which already had a reputation for safety and long-haul comfort. The XL version pushes that philosophy to its extreme. The floor is nearly flat, the engine tunnel is minimized, and the living area feels more like a compact studio apartment than a truck cab. This design allows for full-height wardrobes, deep overhead lockers, underbunk storage compartments, and even space for a microwave and refrigerator. The lower bunk is wide and long enough for tall drivers to stretch out completely, and many configurations include an upper bunk for team driving. What makes this cab special is not just the size, but how intelligently the space is used. Lighting is layered, ambient LEDs, reading lights, and ceiling illumination, creating a warm, home-like feel. Curtains divide sleeping and driving areas, allowing privacy even inside a single cab shell. Volvo also focused on ergonomics. The driver's seat rotates slightly, turning the front of the cab into a lounge area when parked. Controls, cup holders, and storage cubbies are positioned so that nothing feels wasted. Even small design details like angled cabinet doors that won't hit your head or soft-touch materials that reduce cabin noise show that this truck was designed for people who live in it, not just drive it. On the road, the FH platform pairs this massive cab with Volvo's efficient engines and safety systems. Advanced driver assistance features, crash protection, and aerodynamic shaping ensure that the huge cab does not compromise efficiency or safety. Despite its height, the Globetrotter XL remains stable and surprisingly fuel-efficient for its size. The Globetrotter XL matters because it set a new benchmark. It proved that a factory-built European truck could offer true standing room and real living comfort without resorting to aftermarket conversions. For long-haul drivers crossing borders week after week, it transformed the cab from a place to sleep into a place to live. Number 2. Mercedes-Benz Actros Gigaspace. Mercedes-Benz approached the sleeper cab problem from a luxury and technology angle. With the Actros Gigaspace, the goal was not merely to create a tall cab, but to engineer a fully integrated living environment that blends comfort, digital technology, and efficiency. The Gigaspace is the largest cab in the Actros lineup and features an interior standing height exceeding 2.1 meters, making it one of the tallest factory sleeper cabs in the world. What sets the Gigaspace apart is how seamlessly it merges space with intelligent design. The flat floor creates uninterrupted movement from the driver's seat to the rear wall. You can walk, turn, and stretch without obstacles. The rear wall is packed with modular storage, wardrobes, shelves, lockers, and compartments that can be configured depending on the driver's needs. Mercedes treats this area like the back wall of a modern apartment, not just a storage panel. The sleeping area features a wide supportive mattress with ventilation channels to reduce moisture buildup. Many configurations include both upper and lower bunks, making it ideal for team drivers. The climate system is independent from the engine, allowing the cab to remain cool or warm without idling. This is critical for long-haul comfort and fuel savings. What truly makes the Actros Gigaspace wild is its integration of digital technology. The Actros famously replaced traditional mirrors with mirror-cam systems, reducing wind resistance and improving visibility. Inside, dual digital displays replace analog gauges, giving the cab a cockpit-like feel. Yet despite this technology, the living space remains calm and homelike. Lighting zones, soft surfaces, and noise insulation create a quiet retreat from the road. Mercedes engineers also paid attention to daily life details: fold-out tables, power outlets near the bunk, refrigerated compartments, and smart storage for shoes, food, and work gear. The passenger seat can rotate, turning the front of the cab into a lounge. For drivers who spend weeks away from home, this matters more than raw horsepower. The Gigaspace represents a philosophy shift. The truck is no longer just a machine, it is a living environment. It shows how European manufacturers are competing not only on fuel economy or reliability, but on quality of life. In that sense, the Actros Gigaspace is less a cab and more a compact mobile apartment built around a professional driver. Number 3. Scania S-Series Highline. Scania's S-Series changed the game by eliminating one of the biggest compromises in truck cab design, the engine tunnel. Traditional European trucks always had a raised hump in the middle of the floor where the engine intruded into the cab. The Scania S-Series Highline removed that entirely, creating a completely flat floor from front to back. This single change transformed the interior from a cramped workspace into a true living room. With a standing height of just over 2 meters, the S-Series allows most drivers to stand comfortably. But height alone is not what makes it special. The absence of the engine tunnel means you can walk naturally, place furniture symmetrically, and use every square centimeter efficiently. The cab feels wider and longer than its actual dimensions. The sleeping area is generous, with a long, wide lower bunk and optional upper bunk. Storage surrounds the bed. Overhead cabinets, side lockers, underbunk drawers, turning the rear of the cab into a compact bedroom. Some configurations even include additional rear seating, transforming the cab into a small lounge. Scania's design philosophy emphasizes personalization. Drivers can choose different interior trims, lighting colors, and storage layouts. The cab becomes a personal space, not just company equipment. Lighting is layered and adjustable, allowing the driver to create a relaxing atmosphere at night. What makes the S-Series wild is not extravagance but usability. Everything is placed where it makes sense. The refrigerator is easy to reach. The fold-out table is at the right height. The wardrobe is tall enough for real clothes, not just folded shirts. This is a truck designed by people who understand how drivers actually live. From the outside, the S-Series looks imposing, with a tall, square roofline that announces its purpose: long-distance comfort. Underneath, it remains a true Scania: efficient engines, strong drivetrains, and legendary reliability. The S-Series proved that removing the engine tunnel was not just a luxury, it was a revolution. It showed that a truck cab could feel like a room rather than a cockpit. For many drivers, it became the gold standard for livable design. Number 4. DFXG Plus. The DAF XG Plus exists because European regulations finally changed. For decades, cab dimensions were limited in ways that forced manufacturers to prioritize trailer length over driver comfort. When new rules allowed slightly longer and more aerodynamic cab designs, DAF seized the opportunity and created the largest production truck cab Europe has ever seen. The XG Plus is not just taller, it is longer, wider, and more voluminous than anything that came before it. Its interior volume exceeds 12 cubic meters, a figure that sounds abstract until you step inside. The cab feels like a compact studio apartment built around a driver's seat. Standing height surpasses 2 meters, and the floor is flat, enabling free movement. The extra length is transformative. Behind the seats, there is real walking space before you even reach the bunk. This allows for a true separation between work zone and living zone. The sleeping area features a full-length bed with high-quality mattress, surrounded by wardrobes, cabinets, and shelves that rival small RVs. DAF engineered the XG Plus around daily life. There is space for a full-size refrigerator. Storage compartments are deep and logically arranged. Lighting zones create different moods: bright for work, soft for rest. Noise insulation and climate control make the cab quiet and comfortable even in extreme weather. Unlike aftermarket conversions, the XG Plus is fully factory integrated. It retains crash safety, aerodynamics, and structural integrity. The exterior shape is sculpted to reduce drag despite the massive size. This means drivers get more space without sacrificing fuel efficiency or safety. The XG Plus represents a turning point. It shows what happens when regulations prioritize human comfort alongside transport efficiency. For the first time, a European production truck offers space comparable to small motorhomes without leaving the factory. It is not just big, it is intelligently big, and that makes the DAF XG Plus one of the wildest sleeper cabs ever built. Number 5. MAN TGX XXL. The MAN TGX XXL represents Germany's vision of what a long-haul sleeper should be: practical, durable, and genuinely livable. While MAN has always been known for engineering strength and reliability, the XXL cab shows how seriously the brand takes driver comfort in the modern era. This is not a gimmick cab built to impress at shows. It is a working truck designed for drivers who live on the road for weeks at a time. The XXL designation is not marketing fluff. It refers to a cab that is taller, longer, and more spacious than MAN's standard offerings. With a flat floor and standing height of around 2 meters, the interior feels open the moment you step inside. You can move from the driver's seat to the sleeping area without stepping over an engine tunnel or ducking under low ceilings. That alone changes daily life dramatically. The rear living area is arranged like a compact bedroom. The lower bunk is long and wide with thick cushioning and breathable materials that reduce heat buildup during sleep. Above it, an optional upper bunk allows team driving without sacrificing comfort. Around the beds are wardrobes, overhead lockers, and side compartments large enough for real luggage, not just soft bags. What makes the TGX XXL special is its balance between size and efficiency. MAN engineers focused on making every surface useful. Underbunk drawers slide out smoothly. The refrigerator is positioned where it can be accessed from a seated position. The fold-out table is strong enough for meals, paperwork, or even a laptop workstation. Power outlets and USB ports are placed near the bunk, acknowledging how modern drivers live. The cab is also remarkably quiet. Insulation and vibration control reduce road noise, creating a calm environment for rest. Climate control systems can maintain temperature without idling the engine, which saves fuel and reduces wear. The interior lighting is adjustable, allowing drivers to shift from bright working light to soft evening ambiance. From the outside, the TGX XXL looks tall and purposeful, but it retains MAN's disciplined industrial design language. It does not scream luxury, it radiates competence. Under the cab, MAN's drivetrains and chassis systems ensure that this massive living space does not compromise performance. The TGX XXL proves that wild does not always mean flashy. Sometimes, wild means giving a working driver a space that truly feels human. In that sense, the MAN TGX XXL is one of the most honest and effective mega sleepers ever built. Number 6. Renault Trucks T-High. The Renault Trucks T-High is built around one simple promise: real standing room and real sleeping comfort. With an interior height close to 2 meters and a flat floor layout, the T-High immediately feels open and airy. It is designed for long-distance European routes, where drivers may live inside the cab for weeks. Renault focused heavily on the sleeping experience. The lower bunk, especially in the extension configuration, reaches over 2 meters in length, making it suitable even for very tall drivers. Unlike older sleepers that felt like narrow shelves, this bed feels like a proper mattress. Optional upper bunks allow team operation without turning the cab into a cramped box. Storage in the T-High is arranged like furniture in a small apartment. Overhead lockers run along the sides, while tall cabinets at the rear wall function as wardrobes. Under the bed, deep drawers can hold food supplies, tools, and personal items. Renault's designers clearly studied how drivers organize their lives on the road. The interior atmosphere is warm and calm. Soft lighting, rounded surfaces, and muted colors reduce stress. The passenger seat can rotate, turning the front of the cab into a lounge area. A fold-out table creates a dining or workspace. With a refrigerator, power outlets, and climate control, the cab becomes a complete living environment. What makes the T-High wild is how much it delivers within the constraints of European regulations. It does not rely on excess length or aftermarket modifications. Everything is factory-built, crash-tested, and integrated. The result is a sleeper that feels far larger than its exterior dimensions suggest. Renault trucks also emphasize accessibility. Steps, handles, and door angles make entering and exiting easier. Inside, pathways are wide enough to move naturally. This matters in real life, especially for drivers who enter and leave the cab dozens of times a day. The T-High demonstrates that comfort does not have to be extravagant to be transformative. By focusing on standing room, real bed length, and practical storage, Renault created a cab that feels like a home rather than a shelter. It stands proudly among the largest and most livable sleeper cabs ever built. Number 7. Freightliner Cascadia Raised Roof. The Freightliner Cascadia raised roof represents the modern face of North American long-haul trucking. It is the best-selling Class 8 truck in the United States, and a major reason for that success is how well it balances efficiency with livability. While earlier American sleepers were often dark, boxy, and utilitarian, the Cascadia redefined expectations by offering a sleeper that feels open, bright, and intelligently designed for life on the road. In raised roof configurations, especially the 60-inch and 72-inch sleeper options, the Cascadia becomes a genuine living space. These sleepers allow most drivers to stand upright and move around comfortably. The cab is tall enough that you no longer feel like you're crawling into a bunk. Instead, you step into a small room. That change alone transforms long-haul life. The interior is arranged like a compact studio. The bed is wide and supportive, positioned to maximize surrounding storage. Overhead cabinets, side lockers, and underbunk compartments provide space for clothing, food, tools, and personal items. Many drivers install refrigerators, microwaves, and entertainment systems, turning the sleeper into a self-contained apartment. Freightliner paid attention to airflow, lighting, and noise control. Large windows brighten the interior during the day. LED lighting creates a warm, home-like environment at night. Insulation reduces engine and road noise, making sleep deeper and more restful. The climate system can keep the sleeper cool or warm without idling, which saves fuel and improves comfort. What makes the Cascadia wild is how mainstream this level of comfort has become. In earlier decades, only custom show trucks offered this kind of space. Now, a fleet driver in a factory Cascadia can enjoy standing room, storage, and privacy that rivals small RVs. It proves that luxury is no longer limited to owner-operators. It has become part of the standard long-haul experience. Aerodynamically sculpted bodywork ensures that this large cab does not compromise fuel efficiency. In fact, the Cascadia is known for class-leading aerodynamics. That means drivers get a big living space without paying a heavy fuel penalty. The Cascadia raised roof marks a cultural shift. It acknowledges that drivers do not merely work in trucks, they live in them. By offering a spacious, comfortable sleeper as a factory option, Freightliner changed what a normal long-haul truck looks like in America. Number 8. Kenworth W900L and Peterbilt 389. Few trucks are as iconic as the Kenworth W900L and Peterbilt 389. With their long hoods, towering chrome stacks, and unmistakable profiles, they represent the soul of American trucking. But beyond their looks, these trucks are famous for something else: their enormous sleeper options, including studio-style sleepers reaching up to 86 inches. An 86-inch sleeper is not just a bed behind the cab, it is a room. These sleepers can include sofas, wardrobes, entertainment centers, refrigerators, and even small kitchens. In some configurations, the sleeper feels like a tiny apartment bolted onto a classic long-nosed truck. What makes these sleepers special is their sense of permanence. Many owner-operators spend months away from home. For them, the truck is home. The W900L and 389 allow drivers to customize their living space exactly how they want it. Wood trim, leather upholstery, custom lighting, and even fireplaces have appeared in show builds. The sheer length of these sleepers changes daily life. You can stand, stretch, walk, and organize your space. There is room to sit on a couch, eat at a table, and watch TV like in a real living room. This is a world away from the narrow bunks of older trucks. These trucks also symbolize freedom. They are often owned, not leased. Drivers invest in them emotionally and financially. The giant sleeper becomes a personal sanctuary, a reflection of the driver's personality and lifestyle. Technically, these trucks are old school in spirit, but modern in execution. Under the hood are powerful engines and modern drivetrains. Safety and comfort features have evolved, even as the exterior style remains classic. The W900L and 389 with studio sleepers are wild because they blur the line between truck and home. They are rolling statements of independence. No European cab, no matter how tall, captures this uniquely American idea of the road as a place to live, not just travel. Number 9. Mack Super-Liner. Australia's highways are unlike anywhere else on Earth. Distances are immense, traffic is sparse, and road trains can stretch hundreds of feet long. In this environment, the Mack Super-Liner became a legend. Built for brutal conditions, it is a heavy-haul monster, and in its higher sleeper configurations, it becomes a true mobile living space. The Super-Liner can be equipped with large stand-up sleepers, ranging from roughly 58 to 70 inches. These sleepers are designed for drivers who may spend weeks crossing deserts and remote highways. Standing room, wide bunks, and generous storage are not luxuries. They are necessities. Inside, the Super-Liner sleeper is rugged but spacious. The bed is large and durable. Cabinets are built to withstand vibration and heat. Space is allocated for refrigerators, water storage, and food supplies. In many Australian builds, the sleeper becomes a survival capsule for long-distance isolation. What makes it wild is the environment it serves. A European mega cab operates between cities. The Super-Liner operates between civilizations. Drivers may go hundreds of kilometers without services. The cab must function as bedroom, kitchen, and shelter. Despite its utilitarian nature, many Super-Liners are customized with surprising comfort, leather interiors, upgraded beds, entertainment systems, and ambient lighting. These trucks are homes on wheels in the most literal sense. The Super-Liner embodies a different philosophy: endurance. It is not about elegance. It is about surviving and thriving in one of the harshest trucking environments in the world. That context makes its sleeper one of the wildest ever built. Number 10. Volvo VNL 860. The Volvo VNL 860 represents the future of North American long-haul comfort. It is Volvo's flagship sleeper truck, designed from the ground up for drivers who live in their rigs. With its tall, sculpted roof and expansive interior, the VNL 860 feels less like a cab and more like a compact apartment. The 860's high-roof sleeper offers exceptional headroom and a sense of openness rare in American trucks. Drivers can stand, change clothes, and move freely. The bed is wide and supportive, positioned within a carefully organized living area surrounded by cabinets, shelves, and underbunk storage. Volvo's interior design is calm and modern. Soft lighting, smooth surfaces, and quiet insulation create a peaceful environment. The climate system can maintain comfort without engine idling. Power outlets, USB ports, and device mounts reflect how digital modern trucking has become. What sets the VNL 860 apart is integration. Every feature feels factory-designed rather than added later. The sleeper blends seamlessly with the driving area. The passenger seat can rotate, turning the front into a lounge. Fold-out tables create workspace. Refrigerators and storage are built in, not improvised. The VNL 860 also represents a shift in American truck design. It emphasizes aerodynamics, safety, and efficiency as much as raw power. Advanced driver assistance systems, visibility improvements, and smart connectivity tools make it one of the most technologically advanced sleepers on the road. This truck acknowledges that modern drivers expect more than a bunk. They expect a living environment. The VNL 860 delivers that in a clean, contemporary form. It is wild not because it is flashy, but because it feels like the future, a truck designed around human life, not just cargo. Together, these 10 machines show how far sleeper cabs have evolved. From European stand-up palaces to American studio apartments and Australian survival capsules, the modern truck is no longer just a vehicle. It is a home that moves. So that's it for today. If you like this video, then please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching.